Good morning and welcome to London for yet another vlog here on Theme Park Worldwide. Today we're having a London attractions day, going around and doing all of the different Merlin attractions with my Merlin annual pass. So obviously with this you get access to lots of different attractions throughout the city. Going to be starting the day just here at the London Dungeon, going to Shrek's Adventure. Obviously I can't film in either of the attractions, but we will talk about them afterwards. Along with that, have a little walk through the Sea Life Centre, see if there's been any changes since I last did a video inside of there. Following that, we'll get the tube up to the other side of London, up to Baker Street, go through Tussauds. There's been quite a few changes in there since I last did a video here on the channel, including a really nice, cool little walkthrough experience that I look forward to talking a little bit about, and yeah, sharing that here on the channel. But yeah, you can have a great day here in London with your Merlin pass. It's all included, it's nice and cheap to do, and yeah, obviously Alex is here as well. Hello.
Hang on a minute, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? I need to do some quality Merlin attractions.
I've been sat here waiting for you. You went off to see the point. Oh, it's the Steel Vengeance. No, I still like wildfire.
Oh, here we go.
I got my orange.
He's sitting here. He's got his
his
milk.
For 3 weeks, where have you been?
Yeah.
You're probably going to spend more time with me. Well, where?
Yeah. Here we go. But I see nothing this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There we are. But yeah, we're going to do all these different attractions here today, and of course, end later on with a little ride on the Coca Cola London Eye. We'll do that later on. But yeah, a bit of a Merlin day. It's a cheap one to do, isn't it?
We're going to Merlin's Magical London.
Merlin's Magical London.
Merlin's in London now. He's bought the ride.
Anyway, we'll go inside the dungeon. It's just about to open. Quite short opening hours today on the attractions. This is open from 10 till 5. Same with Shrek's Adventure. Tussauds is open until 4 o'clock today. So that's quite a short day. It seems like the Merlin attractions are cutting back a bit on the opening hours in London. Because I remember in June before.
In London, yeah.
Yeah, well, everywhere, yeah. Normally in June they'll be opening a lot later. But it's one of those, isn't it? Maybe they're not having the visitors that they normally expect. But I love this attraction, especially the dungeons. So I'm looking forward to getting in there. Like I say, I can't film, but we'll see you in the tavern afterwards when we'll talk a little bit about our experience. Let's go to the dungeon. So it's been just over an hour and 20 minutes since I last spoke to you guys, and we've just been through the London Dungeon. I absolutely love this attraction. Obviously it used to be located in Tooley Street over by London Bridge, and as much as I enjoyed it there, it's a lot more of a quaint attraction, and the fact that it was built in all the archways actually underneath the station really added to it. When they brought it here, it brought a lot of new scenes and a lot of improvements to it as well that I certainly really enjoy, and both me and Alex really love these dungeon attractions. They're a perfect mix between family fun and entertainment, but also a bit of innuendo, a bit of scares. It's just a real nice all-round enjoyable attraction. Like I say, with that it lasted about an hour and 20 minutes. At the moment it's actually the biggest dungeon attraction out there out of all of them, and we really enjoy that, don't we? We love it.
And the new scenes, I mean, I know you'll probably go on them in a minute, like generally were really impressive. Like I think the dungeons, they've recently kind of repackaged, remarketed the dungeons brand, had a little bit of that sort of greenish yellow, off yellow colour to the branding, and I feel like they're going down much more of the scare route again. I felt a lot more intense scares than sort of humour. There was still the humour there, but it was kind of a nice balance of the two. I feel that it wasn't necessarily such a family attraction anymore. I think, you know, families are still welcome there, it's still great for everyone. However, there's a few more little intense scares, especially towards the end of the dungeon, which were really impressive.
Yeah, so at the end, I mean, they've always done quite a few changes at the end. Just before you go on to Drop Dead, which we'll go on to in a moment. But yeah, with that one right at the end, literally there's a cage just there, and that's been there for a while now, ever since they did away with another scene where you used to actually stand on like a platform and add a few little jokes and things with it. But now with that, there's actually no like dialogue at all. There's no speaking from the actor, there's no audio speaking. It's literally just like a soundtrack that plays. It's kind of a bit like what you'd expect from like a big like magic or illusion show, that kind of feel. And I can't take it seriously them singing, but yeah, obviously in there it's got quite a dark feel to it. The lighting's all red, blues, purples, and this guy is simple. He just literally escapes out of prison. He's got like a knife, comes towards the crowd, strobe lights, and I really liked that. It was something a bit different, and that's the finale scene before Drop Dead. Talking of Drop Dead, that is the drop ride to doom at the end of the dungeon, and but unfortunately that was off today, even though there wasn't actually any signage advertising that out the front. But I believe that we'll soon find out. I believe there is now. Yeah, there is now. But overall it was great. That was. What are your favourite scenes in there still?
I still love the 10 bells.
Yeah.
To me, is incredible.
Jack the Ripper.
It's so simple. I don't want to spoil it necessarily because I think it's one of those that it's probably been touched on in enough before
I've
the video.
spoke about it numerous times.
Generally,
Yeah.
it's how simple a scare with someone appearing and disappearing can really be. And it's high intensity and no one expects it. Coming out of a mirror maze, you're already a bit lost and disorientated, and then bam, Jack the Ripper's there, and he's going to get...
I love that, and also for me, Sweeney Todd, fantastic attraction. You go into Miss Lovett's pie shop, I want to make you a meat pie and all that. I love it so much, it's brilliant. And it's just one actor in there, but whoever does it does a fantastic job. You've got that mixed in with lots of other classics, what you get in the other dungeons as well, such as the torture that you get, obviously all the plague stuff. It's just genuinely a really enjoyable attraction that I really like here in London. Well worth coming to check out.
The boat ride was back on as well, the King Henry VIII.
Oh, it was, yeah.
We haven't done for a while, and you know, it seemed a bit more refreshed, didn't it? I think there was still a few things.
Yeah, we had like some dry ice, like a low fog in there.
Amazing. There's some really nice just touchable effects, and there's a lot more of a clear route now. You don't feel like you're kind of being hurried through temporary doors and things. I think it's in a pretty full structure at the minute. It was really, it's been a great run, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a really good run. The actors always do a fantastic job, and I think it's the thing what Merlin do out of theme parks, attractions. This is the best thing what they do, the dungeons, in my opinion. We went to York and we did a completely separate video just reviewing that a few weeks ago, so check that one out where we do have a lot of spoilers and go into more detail. But yeah, with that York, I think me and Alex both agreed that that was our favourite overall dungeon now. It's not the biggest, in fact it's one of the smallest, but it's what they do with the new scenes and things in there. But if you want to see that, check it out. I'll put a link down below in the description. There's one more thing about this. Obviously they've got the tavern just here at the end, which was put in a few years ago now. It had a fantastic atmosphere in here. There was always a couple of actors playing the piano. There's a lot of interactives in here as well. And of course they kind of did away with the whole idea of a shop. They just had a few little bits on the bar selling merchandise. That has actually now changed, which is a bit of a shame really, because this used to be quite nice around here. But I'll take you for a little walk round just so we can see just round by the new shop part. So yeah, all this section here used to have more seats and things about. They were really trying to encourage people to come in here. I remember a couple of years ago, you even got a free drink when this was first put in.
But they've got themed glasses now. They've got the tavern glasses on there.
The tankards.
And they've got the tankards, that was the word I was looking for. With the actual branding of the tavern on, which is actually really nice.
Yeah, they've started doing a lot more branded stuff for the dungeons themselves. But I remember like there was some more all seating down here and a few different interactives. It's a shame that, you know, they've got rid of quite a bit of that. It's a nice merchandise though. But yeah,
nice tea towel,
yeah, I'm a bit gutted really.
That was terrible.
But yeah, like, I don't know if these effects still work, but you see like the little black button on there, the actor used to come along, press it, and all the mirror and everything used to do effects. It was quite cool really, and obviously you still got the piano playing over there. Go on, play the song, Alex. Bag for death, not a bag for life in here. It actually looks quite good from this angle. No one will ever know. Yeah, I don't know if they still have actors in here on peak times or not, but yeah, I still really like the atmosphere in here. Blackpool's now got a little tavern section at the end of it as well. It's not quite as big and as glamorously themed as this, but it's still really good. Anyway, we're going to head outside and head into our next attraction, which is going to be at the DreamWorks Tours Shrek's Adventure. It's located just next door, so I'll show you a little bit when we get there and share our highlights of the attraction when we come out. He's still playing here. Look at him go. Olé!
And enjoy yourselves.
It's going to be Shrektacular.
Shrektacular. Who say Shrektacular?
It's a shame we can't film inside this one really. But I do like the theming throughout this attraction, and this area here is great. I like all the cash desks just over there.
You've got these touchscreen devices now, collection of tickets and
yeah, so they had these just over in the dungeons as well. Really interesting they are. Obviously, it means that we might see these at the theme parks like Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Chessington. Might go down this route. Like I say, cameras aren't permitted inside, but we'll talk about it when we come out. DreamWorks Tours, Shrek's Adventure. I do enjoy this. You can stop with that now.
Shrek. Take your phones and cameras out, turn them back on, and stay in this queue. If you don't want a picture with Shrek, come out of the queue
I am Shrek.
and exit this door here on the right. So left for picture, right for the exit, and you guys
The attraction's ogre, apparently. Yeah, why not?
Let's go for it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. We like to move it. So we just come out of DreamWorks Tours, Shrek's Adventure, and I must say, it was Shrektacular, or Shrekcellent, as they like to say in here. But it was great, that was. I enjoyed it as always. Obviously, when you come out just here, you have the opportunity to meet Shrek, like you just saw, and also lots of different characters from other DreamWorks films, such as Madagascar, How to Train Your Dragon, Kung Fu Panda, and here he is, the amazing acrobat, Alex Crump, everybody!
I'm shaking my bum right now.
Move it, move it. I don't want to know what's going on. How did you enjoy the attraction anyway?
Great, yeah. Went down the steps. Yeah, it was fantastic, yeah. I love that attraction. It's just great for families and things, isn't it? Great atmosphere. And very well themed. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, there's some very good scenery in there. One thing they do particularly well is keeping it very interactive. All the roofs are themed in there as well. There's some gorgeous scenes. I have watched the Shrek films. As you'll probably know if you've watched the channel for a while, I don't know lots about lots of different films. However, I have watched Shrek. And yeah, I do enjoy the scenes in that. I think it's fantastic what they do. Good family attraction. It's a lot shorter than the dungeons. That lasts probably about 50 minutes in total. But some really good detailed scenes in there that I really enjoy. The acting quality is always good fun. And it's just a really nice experience. I'm not a big fan of the American accent at the start of the tour, I must admit. But after that, I think it turns into a really good, enjoyable attraction that I like. What's going on here? I don't know if you're Aladdin or in something else. Yeah, I can't quite tell, to be honest.
Peace.
Oh.
Tranquility. Random.
And that just reminds me of Wildfire being in the light. One of the actors in there actually picked up on Wildfire, so he might be a fan of the channel. So if you are watching this video, keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. But come on. No, you'll be all right. Well, you're worried about hurting your hand doing that. What about if I just do this on this plank of wood? Ah!
You must keep training. You know, one day you may become one of the Furious Five.
You're not strong enough. Look.
How did you do that?
The Dragon Warrior.
Oh. Another thing that I really like in there is the magical bus tour at the start of the experience. That used to actually be more of a ride. You used to pull the lap bar down and you've got all the screens around that used to rock and move around, and that used to really add to it. But we've mentioned it a while in the vlogs. Shortly after it opened, they did actually take the lap bars off and remove that part of the experience. Now you actually just sit there and yes, you still put your 3D glasses on and watch the film, but you don't get it doesn't move, which is a shame because that really made it for me. But yeah, it's still nice though. I like the video because it's all customised. The fact it's got like London Underground on there, and of course at the end as well, you have to escape through a tube tunnel. Me loving the London Underground, and that's a really nice feature at the end.
Do you know what?
Go on.
I'm going to ring your bell.
You know what?
I'm going to ring your bell.
Go on then. Hey, that's it. I mean, I love this in here. It's a great film, How to Train Your Dragon, and obviously me and Harry went to Dubai earlier this year, back in January, and we rode on a fantastic dart ride at Motion Gate. It's got a whole DreamWorks section, all indoors, the Madagascar coaster, How to Train Your Dragon, which is a Mach-powered suspended coaster. You've got to get out there and see it at some point, Alex. It was great in Dubai. You'd love it. Oh, it's a bit hot. What's he doing now? You can't take him anywhere, can you? Quality fire effect, that. But yeah, overall, a very enjoyable attraction. One that's well worth coming to check out. Like I say, it's all located just here on like the Merlin section of South Bank, where you can come down. Obviously, you've got the London Eye that we'll do later on, the dungeons, and of course, Shrek's Adventure. Next up, we're going to have a little walk through the Sea Life Centre before making our way up to Baker Street and going through Madame Tussauds. Let's go. I look very blue, like a smurf. Let's have a look at some of the merchandise then here at Shrek's Adventure. Loads of different mugs here. There we are, Puss in Boots on there as well. One of my favourites.
Adios, amigos.
Oh, whole mug there. Kung Fu Panda was £16, now only £12.50. There you go. I bet you Charlotte was here, she'd have had one of those. Oh, when I saw her face. What's he doing down there now? But down in my mind.
Well, you can
You know, loads of different variety of mugs in here. Look at all these.
Here you are, maybe I'm trying to get your bank shifted for this holiday.
You're joking, there's still 2 months yet till Florida.
Oh no, you said we said we're driving across America next year. I've got to get all the stuff.
Oh, well, I suppose. Yeah, well,
plenty of
then when
bags.
you've got about 14 parts that you want to do, it's, you know, you've got to pack heavy, haven't you?
Too much.
Yeah.
Think of the crowds, think of the crowds.
There you are, why don't you get some of these, Alex, as well?
Oh, I'm very Shrek-tacular.
There you are. You can wear them in Dollywood or something.
I'll be a lightning rod.
There you go. Love it.
I'm just going to read a story to you, ready? There once 2 young men, Midlands they were born. They went on a trip around the world. One thing they didn't see was Australia.
Oh.
End of the story.
One day we'll go to Australia.
One day?
Shrek Monopoly, £35. Oh, that's expensive. There you go. The funny thing about this shop is as well, obviously with it being located right next to the Sea Life Centre, you can actually smell the fish from the Sea Life Centre here in the shop. I'm not joking. If you had like YouTube smelly vision, you would smell fish inside the shop. It's a bit strange, but talking of fish, let's have a little stroll round. I'm not a massive fan of sea lives. I've said it in loads of vlogs, but once you've seen one, you've seen them all, and in my opinion, it's one of the weaker ones, this. But we'll go through, have a little stroll, and obviously I can take loads of footage inside there for you guys.
Got wood.
Leewood? Wildfire. So here we are then inside London Sea Life Aquarium. This is what I really do enjoy though. When you first come in, you're forced to go over like this big pane of glass just here, where you can see down into the big ocean tank just down there.
You're a pain in my glass.
We have done a couple of really unique sea life attractions this year, so check out the video for when me and Alex went to Scarborough. We did that. You loved it, didn't you? Oh, you just want to come in sea life.
Come on, don't make me.
Yeah. You never know, there might be some changes. It's always worth coming in to see what changes that we've got. I'm just not a huge fan of this one in particular, really. Oh, we've got some flashing lights around here. Oh my God.
Lightning.
I do really like these fish here. They've been here for years, these have. I remember coming here as a kid and these being here. And it was just a London aquarium back before Sea Life had it. Very quiet in here today. Obviously it is a weekday, it's a good time to come and do all these attractions. Just got to make sure you check the opening times before you get here to make sure that things are open long enough for you to get around and see them all. Oh, he's here!
I just walked the little block and then realised it.
Your wildfire shirt looked really good in the lighting, just about there. Just there. Looks really nice, that does. Wildfire at Culmarden.
Stop looking at my nipples.
I don't think any of us want to do that, do you? But yeah, like Brighton Sea Life was another one. Like I say, we did Scarborough in a vlog. We also did Brighton, where we saw Brighton Sea Life, which is an amazing structure, the oldest operating aquarium in the world, with all its LED lights and the ceiling, and looked amazing. All like the Victorian archways. Yeah, there's just something about this one that I'm just not a big fan of at all. I love the other attractions there. I think Merlin do a fantastic job with midways, as they call them. Like I say, when you work for Merlin, you've got like the resort theme parks, which is like your likes of Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Chessington, Legoland sort of off on its own thing. Then you've got the midway attractions, which is the likes of everything what we're doing here today. That's what they class as them as. And I think that's what Merlin do best, to be honest. The theme parks, yes, they invest in new attractions, but I really feel like the midways is where they should be aiming, and it's a really good thing going forward, opening more dungeons and things around the world. I think there's a lot of cities out there with a lot of history that benefit from having a dungeons attraction, and well, mainly because we love the dungeons as well. I'd love to go over and see them all. But coming up next week, we're actually going up to Edinburgh, where we'll do the Edinburgh Dungeon. I've not done it for years. I've only ever done it once. I don't think Alex has ever done it, so it's going to be great, isn't it? Edinburgh Dungeon. Yeah, you are.
I've made it.
Yeah, you made it. If you make it out of Sea Life. This is always an impressive view, though. Look at that.
I saw some dories.
So the mission is stop and look. Can you pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time? Go on. Coochie. Yeah. And off he goes into the ocean tank tunnel. Hey, hello there. He was loving it.
Right over the top of us. Keep going.
summer's coming, isn't it? There you go. I was just talking about theming. This whole section looks like it's been completely revamped since I last came. Got like a new sign, a screen over there. I think a lot of this was here, but it's been lit different now. More tropical audio. And you've got all these displays here on the right hand side. Looks loads better.
Everyone, I'm Ranger Andy, and I need your help. You go to be a rainforest ranger.
So that's why I like popping in, just to see what changes we've got.
One of the most diverse environments on the planet, the Amazon rainforest.
Oh, the Amazon
It is
rainforest.
ginormous and jam-packed with some of the most fearsome, awe-inspiring, mysterious, and downright creepy creatures you
And
could
there he is, there's Alice Crump,
I was going to
everybody.
say, we're going to London.
There's so much to discover. That's why I need
It's not built for you, this, is it?
It's not.
you sharp wits.
Yeah, that new little section's good. Small though.
So, what we
I like how the audio carries on down here. It's a bit creepy. Makes you feel like something's just going to emerge out of the bushes. Oh, it's just falling off in my hands. I'll just, I'll just pop that back. Just pop that back. Be careful.
Oh, tree. He put a tree in there.
Let's put the theme in. It's the rainforest.
Too low. Too low.
What is it?
Cable tie, I feel.
A cable tile.
No.
Has it been clipped?
No. It feels like, they all feel like that.
Oh, there you go. It's a bit of wood with a bit of fur on.
Stuffed animal.
There you go. Yeah, at least they've themed all this up a bit better. It's like you're all in all these tents, isn't it?
What's your favourite Elton John song?
Go on.
Crocodile Rock?
I appreciate the fact they're trying to theme it all better though. Like, this looks good. Kind of reminds me of Indiana Jones.
We have the rare 1600s air conditioning unit. People cool. Oh, he looks like a bad boy now.
Oh, look at that. Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Put it down, put it down. Oh. This looks loads better. I can't believe that. Just as I was saying about the theming, and then they've improved all this section.
Manless boxes.
Oh,
Is that deal or no deal?
he's got 22 identical sealed boxes and just one question. Deal or no deal?
Oh, there's a snake, no deal.
Is it a snake?
I don't know.
Oh, they're going now, that's it.
20-minute break.
Hello there! Subscribe to Theme Park Worldwide if you get a little minute out of your fishy day. Sean Sambrook, Theme Park Worldwide, good to see you. Welcome to the channel, folks.
I don't do unsteady very well.
This is so much better than what it was before. It's like they've been watching the vlogs from before, but I've not really liked it in here. Oh,
I think I've deflated it.
oh, it's alright. Oh,
Squashy rock.
they look really realistic actually. What a coincidence that is. Crazy. Looks loads better. 10 out of 10. All the little lights in the trees and everything.
Little boat down here.
The soundtrack sounds very IMA score. I don't know if it is, but it does sound very like sort of what they would do. Looks loads better. I wonder when all this was done then. Glad we came in now. Hopefully that means all the other vinyl walls in that first section are going to be taken out.
If you are receiving, please acknowledge this transmission. Repeat, if you are receiving, acknowledge this transmission.
And here it is, the majestic London Eye. Wow, he has grown, hasn't he? It's time to visit Penguin Point.
I love penguins.
Penguins.
What's that?
Penguin. Not penguins.
Penguins.
Penguin.
Can't take that. Penguins.
It's like Right, off camera, he can't even say horse. He always has to like extend on the S and the E. It's like horse. Yeah, it's like horse.
That's how you say it.
It's not horse. Definitely not how you say it. Horse.
It's a horse.
Horse. Horse. Horse.
Penguin.
Penguin.
I know I can't say that, but horse. That's good.
Horse. Horse. Yeah. Just go in there. Go and see him. It's a big section.
You're saying it right.
I've always liked these lionfish. There's something about them. Look at them in detail.
Got like little mohawks on, haven't they?
Yeah, just really nice they are. I find them really interesting. I'd love to have like a tropical fish tank at some point in the future. Did used to have some goldfish, you know the ones that you used to get? Like it was really sad actually when you used to go like to your local fair and you get them on the hook of duck for like £1. I used to feel really sorry for them.
Would you ever get them on at the mohawk like that?
Nah, I don't know about that. You're definitely not going to get one now though, are you? Where's all your egg on? Look at this, it's got a bolt patch up here. Look at this here. It's got, come on, it's got the sun, look at that. It's all red. Why is it all gone?
Get lost. We might,
Ooh, look at this, we've got a mist screen here. This is new. This is for the new jellyfish section. Oh, look at that. That's quite a nice effect. I imagine it looks better when you haven't just had like 40 people go through it.
I like the UV light in there. You look lovely in the light.
Do that.
Makes a change.
Oh, let's have a look. Whoa, my God, in my American top, there we are. I like it in here, it's really nice. I must admit, it is improving. I'll probably come in here again next time. I'm going to drag you in here again next time, because it's improving.
We're not coming in here next time, sorry. Thanks, all.
I've had enough of him. And we have a blockage.
We're now prevented from moving.
We've done so far this morning, this has been the one that's had the most change. Like, this is brilliant in here. Look at the ceiling, all the screens in there, quite low lit, which really makes it look a lot more realistic actually.
Some jellyfish moving behind you on the wall.
It's amazing, isn't it? Look at the size of those, wow.
I don't want to leave now, I like it.
It is a lot better though, isn't it? In a serious note, I think it looks a lot better than it has done. Looks really good. Yeah, it's getting better, isn't it? Especially in this one now. They're trying very different stuff. I like it a lot. And this section is huge as well. Like, a lot of really good improvements. I'd definitely take back my comment earlier about all the walls. Yes, there's still some blank walls at the start, but they're certainly getting better now. Thank you for invading Sea Life. Oh, and it's gone.
I'm going to draw it again, are you ready?
Oh, look at that.
It's amazing what happens when you learn a projection, isn't it?
Oh, look at that. There we are, and that's our visit to Sea Life. So here we are, we're back out in the fresh air now after a really good visit through Sea Life. I enjoyed that a lot. It certainly looks a lot better than it ever has done in my opinion. I look forward to going in there next time and hoping there's even more improvements. Maybe we might see some more of the vinyl walls might have gone for next time we go in there. But generally looks a lot better and it's well worth coming to visit really.
Do you want to do a magic trick a couple more?
I know, yeah, magic tricks. There's lots of stuff what goes on this bridge, isn't there? But yeah, I enjoyed that. It was good. Little update on Big Ben for you. I know it's not really theme park related, but it is something very beautiful that we've got here in the UK. Obviously, there was Elizabeth Tower, as it's known in the Palace of Westminster. It's covered in scaffolding at the moment because they are working on it. But yeah, hopefully it'll be done in a few years' time. So if you are travelling over to the UK, and you want to come and see Big Ben in all its glory, all you'll see is the clock face at the moment. But it's a gorgeous structure if you've never seen it in person before. It really is fantastic. And if you type in on a Google search, like people cleaning Big Ben's clock face, have a look at it. It's fascinating because there's like a photo of like 4 people cleaning the clock face, and it gives you a real idea on the perspective of just how big that is. But yeah, like I say, that's sort of like Merlin sort of avenue over there. We're going to come back later on where we'll do the 4D cinema experience, which is connected to the Eye, and we'll do the Eye as well. And yeah, we're going to make our way up now up to Baker Street via the tube. You can get the tube here from closest station. You got Westminster, which is just over there, or you can walk back to Waterloo, which is behind the buildings on the right hand side. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes up to Baker Street. That's the closest tube station for Madame Tussauds, with that being the oldest Merlin attraction. And obviously Madame Tussauds has been going for many, many years. Used to be owned by the Tussauds Group, and of course opened by Madame Tussauds herself all them years ago. It's not located down here with the rest of the Merlin attraction, so to get there, obviously tube is the easiest method. So we'll get on there and make our way up to Madame Tussauds for our next attraction of the day, and we'll come back down and do the Eye a little bit later on.
Currently in service. Watch out for car clash.
Doors will open on the left-hand side. Change for the Bakerloo, Hammersmith City, Circle and Metropolitan lines.
So here we are then at Baker Street Tube Station, literally just come out the doors, which is just behind me here, and then making our way up the footpath to the entrance to Madame Tussauds. As you can see, it's the huge dome just there, if you've never been before. I know there's quite a lot of people that always comment on the videos saying they're not really that confident when it comes to using the London Underground. Honestly, it's a nice, easy system, especially this journey down from what I would call like Merlin Street up here to Madame Tussauds. Nice and easy. Got some milk there and a sandwich.
Special today.
Oh, they are. You may as well. I've brought a lunchbox today in my bag as well. It's all about saving your saving them pennies, it is, because then we can afford to do more trips. If we spend less on the trips, it means you can get out there to do more. Budget wow. But yeah, nice and easy, 10-minute ride from Westminster. It's 3 stops up from Westminster Station up to Baker Street, and then literally it's what, 100 yards down to the entrance. So we'll make our way down and head into Madame Tussauds. Really good dark ride in here, one of the best dark rides in the UK, if not in Europe, to be honest. The Spirit of London, a really highly detailed attraction that opened back in the 90s. You've got Marvel Superheroes 4D, lots of other scenes in there as well, and I believe there's a few new bits to see in there since I last went, in terms of different waxwork models, and also they've got the Alien Escape, which I have done before. I did it for my first time a few months ago, but that was on a visit to London when I wasn't filming a vlog, so I'll be able to talk about that and sort of share the experience with that new attraction, because I did very much enjoy it. So we'll make our way down, head inside Madame Tussauds. Like I say, with these Merlin attractions in the week at the moment, they are on reduced hours. Last admission is 4 o'clock today, so make sure if you are coming down, check the websites to avoid disappointment. Let's go. So welcome to the first room here at Madame Tussauds London. Always find it really impressive in here, all the ceiling, all the things hanging down. It's so well lit, I really do like it. And the first change we've got just over here, the newlyweds. And Alex Crumb just here as well, look at that, fantastic, realistic waxwork. I mean, look at that, you can practically just go like that, can't you? And he doesn't move. Yeah.
I'll get you back in a minute.
The royal wedding over here, look. That looks nice, doesn't it? That looks great with the screen. I know it's not picking up amazing on the camera, but in person that looks really nice actually. Got like all the floral display behind it. I like that. There's always changes at Madame Tussauds, especially here in London. And I say that, Blackpool's gone through its fair share of changes lately. But yeah, let's have a good detailed look about. Nice and comfy.
You're having a private conversation.
Oh, okay, that's fine, yeah. Can I have your cushion? I really like that cushion. I'm going to have it on my bed. Thank you.
Right, it's mine, but...
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, no, people will watch it. Really good.
I tell you you what, I've been coming here for years, and every time I come here, this lady is always standing here taking exactly the same photo. Surely after about 5 years, she's got the photo that she wants. Surely
She
you
works
think
a lot of
so.
shifts, can't blame her.
Wow, there you go. Tussauds bar over here now, that's new.
Kylie sat on the bar.
Oh, I like
when
how
I go
Kylie sat
out,
on
I
there.
want to go out dancing.
You like that song a lot, don't you? That's all I hear in his car. He needs some new music, he does. New music needed. But yeah, it looks good. It always changes, like I say. Got some British flags up over here. Yeah. Oh, having a bit of a selfie action over there. Yeah.
It took me a minute for this match work. So I can go, who is it?
Yeah.
It did take me a minute. Just half Emma Watson, half Victoria Beckham, don't you think?
Is it not Emma Watson?
Is it? It's Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Victoria Beckham.
I thought it was Emma Watson.
I'll tell you what's wrong with me for that.
You're right, Emma. So we've just come out then on Alien Escape. So that is the second thing that you now come to after that main room. You're led up to it. It's actually an upcharge attraction, but if you've got your Merlin pass, hiya, you alright? Where are you from?
Hungry.
Oh, from Hungary. Did you enjoy Alien Escape?
Yeah.
You like subscribe Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube it is. There you are. Is it your first time to England?
No.
Yeah, first time to England. Have a good time. Say bye. Bye bye. Have a wonderful trip. But there you go. So we did Alien Escape. It was very enjoyable, that was. And obviously, like I say, it's an upcharge attraction. You've got a Merlin pass, you're fine to go in, but they will charge you more if you don't have a Merlin pass. It's quite hard to sort of explain what that attraction is exactly. It is like a mini scare attraction. It lasts about 5 minutes. There's only about 3 people actually running it. There's a couple of actors inside and one lady just out the front. But it's a really exceptionally themed experience. You go through about 4 different rooms. It was actually developed by a company called Hollis that have been famous for doing things such as the Wicker Man pre-show on Alton Towers this year. We've done quite a few other bits as well. I enjoy it. I just find it quite hard to decide what it is. I like it here. Is it a scare attraction? Not really, but in another way, it is. It's one of them, isn't it? But I do really like it. It's heavily themed. There's some smoke, there's water sprays, and at the end you've got the big jump scare, which is an alien, which comes from the ceiling, an animatronic, and then there's another one behind you as well. Quite hard to see unless you look back. But overall, it's a really nice attraction. I did it for the first time last time I was here, like I say. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought that run through was actually better. Don't go in expecting a massive intense attraction, but it's certainly very well themed in there. And it's very modern. It kind of reminds me like Star Wars in a way. You're walking around like this big spaceship style feel. It's all like silver and white walls, red flashing beacons, airlock doors, all that kind of stuff. And I just overall thought it was a very enjoyable attraction. I wish in a way it was a little bit longer than what it was because it's so short, but it would be nice if there was maybe a couple more rooms on that. But it's enjoyable. I like it.
I've got to say this, I'm so sorry.
Go on.
You have not wanted me to say this for so long. Well, you know what you sat on right now, don't you?
King Kong.
Hashtag rockwork.
Hashtag Rockwork. You're joking. What do you think to Alien Escape?
I really like
You
it.
like it,
I think
yeah.
it's really, really good.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
I love it. I think it's really
What is it?
well
Is it
designed.
an attraction, would you say?
I would
Just
say,
an attraction.
I would describe it, I mean, I'm not an expert, I would describe it as a walk-through themed attraction with added scares and waxworks.
Yeah, unfortunately cameras aren't permitted, as I would have taken you guys in, but yeah, it's certainly a better theme than Scream, the old scare attraction, but maybe not quite as intense
And if
as
you
that.
mention it's £5 for an admission ticket, but if you've got a Merlin annual pass, it's free.
Yeah, it's good, so that's why another reason to get your Merlin pass. But yeah, let's have a little walk through Kong, Skull Island, another well-themed area here at Madame Tussauds London. Nobody operating the green screen here today. You can do it yourself, Alex. It's Photo Services.
I don't really know how you do it. With a big camera.
Normally with a camera, you just press the button.
Well,
Oh, hey, there we go.
strobe users warning, too late.
Look at that. It's impressive, isn't it? It's not really a waxwork. Well, it's not a waxwork at all, but it's a really impressive animatronic. It's huge. It's about the same sort of size as what can be found on Skull Island, Reign of Kong, at Universal Islands of Adventure. And we'll be back there in just a few months' time with loads of different vlogs and updates. E.T. Phone home.
So we're into the YouTube section now. I'm taking over. We've got all the famous YouTubers in here. of course, the main spectacle, Joella and Alfie. And then, I don't know who this is over here. Let's have a look a bit up closer. No one I've heard of. Moving on.
So Alex has now got a new job here at Madame Tussauds. He's going to walk down the catwalk. Yeah! Oh, no dabbing, please.
Let's have a look at your photos, Alex. Do it for Darby.
Oh,
look at
Yes. That was sort of before the dab. I don't think I got the dab. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so well done. I'm going to take your ticket just to the desk opposite the photo. Okay, well done.
As much as I'm not a huge fan of sport, obviously at the moment you've got the World Cup taking place over in Russia. So let's have a walk through the sports section.
Kristen, come down. How many times?
What is she doing up there?
Gymnastics, I know.
There we are.
Oh, yes.
I do really like Madame Tussauds, the whole concept of it all I really like. What's up? Oh, he's so immature. Woo! He's having a game of football.
It's rugby.
Oh, is it rugby? Is it? Oh, right, there you go. That shows how much I know. This has all been changed as well since last time I was here. This used to be over where Alien Escape is.
My wardrobe. This is mine.
Oh, here we go. I do like to see more British flags up more than ever there here in Madame Tussauds.
I think keep the royals over there, isn't it?
Oh, there's the Queen. Oh my God, it's the Queen.
Is it the actual Queen?
It is the Queen.
The actual
Oh,
Queen?
my God.
Oh, no way.
Is this the queues to meet the Queen? That's nothing.
Is she getting paid by Merlin for those?
Look at that. Yeah, I do really enjoy Madame Tussauds. Again, something what Merlin do a fantastic job of, in my opinion. Well, I like how even the photo staff are dressed up there, look.
I really like that Will's hair's getting less and less every time.
Oh, there we are. How lovely. God save the Queen. And there she is. Let's have a little zoom in on the Queen.
Looking lovely and lemon.
Oh yes, thank you for watching this video on Theme Park Worldwide. So let's have a bit of politics then. The only time that politics really makes it onto Theme Park Worldwide when it comes to Madame Tussauds. Well, they've moved this little section now, number 10 Downing Street. It's actually just round the corner here now. They've built this new little set. We've got Boris Johnson just here.
And the lady herself is here.
There we are.
What's her name again?
Theresa
Margaret.
May.
Oh, Theresa.
Theresa May.
And then someone down the other end.
Oh, look at her nose.
Who's that down there? Do we know?
We've got Donald Trump.
Was that what it is? Emphasise the Trump on the sign as well.
There we are, yeah.
Thought it smelt a bit of me.
Oh.
Must just be me.
Why is he standing here though? Surely he was sitting down before around the corner, wasn't he?
He was in Singapore last week.
He had a whole section dedicated to the US president. So what's there now? We've got something new around this corner.
What I'm confused about, we've got royal tea.
Oh, there you go. That's what's. Oh, okay. Yeah. So number 10 actually used to be over there, and then you had like a whole section for the US president before.
No, they've done it.
Go on.
Niall's gone. It was Zayn that left and now Niall's gone.
Harry Turnstiles.
He's now just three hoppers on the bench.
Oh no. Why was there 5 of them in one direction? Oh.
You're insecure. That's that bit.
What? What is he on about?
No.
What's this? The royal tea? You can have a look at that. Got the voice just here. More famous music acts. Michael Jackson over there.
Over there.
What's that?
You got Madonna over there.
So
yeah.
I do like your outfit, I must say. Look at this.
I got one of these at home.
I never want to see you wear that. Right, ever. Please, whatever you do not ever put that on. Brittany. Oh, baby, baby. Yeah. Bit of Elvis.
White House.
He's left the building.
Yeah, less conversation, a bit more action. Oh, Ed Sheeran as well. Oh, everyone's here. Miley used to stop on the top. And then Ed.
Miley Cyrus.
Ed Sheeran.
Bless him. So good, aren't you?
He's got like really weird eyes, hasn't he?
I don't know, it's normal eyes.
Oh, no, like, no, I mean in person, not just the wax one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like it's just really.
Got really like light
yeah,
eyes.
look at that. Oh, yeah, I'm strumming his guitar.
I feel like I've just committed a crime doing it.
Oh, it's alright.
Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles.
The Beatles, the classics. Look at that.
Thought they'd give him a bit more of a bench to sit on.
So yeah, this is brand new, and we last came in here a couple of months ago, and none of this was here.
A finger
Royal
sandwich.
tea.
Or finger sandwiches.
Finger sandwiches. That's the price covered over there with a bit of duct
£15,
tape.
that's it.
Oh, right, okay. You get your finger sandwiches, afternoon tea pastries, Prosecco, some cold drinks as well. And this looks really nice actually. The floor's themed, they've done all the walls. Looks really good in there, doesn't it?
Oh, this sounds good.
Yeah,
You can just make out over here, look. You can see the Queen sat in the corner over there.
Yeah, you can just see it here through the curtain.
It's like we're having some tea.
I like that because you've got some screens behind it and you've got like the fountain that's actually working there as well.
A working fountain?
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's really, oh, there you go, and there's the dog down there as well, on the wall. Oh.
I think they've run across, the screens go all the way along, look. It'll run all the way round.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Dogs, don't you?
No, not a big fan.
Let's go then. To the ride!
Here we are, welcome to the Sherlock Holmes experience, another walkthrough attraction. Again, this is not charged, but if you've got a Merlin pass, it is free. I love the details around here though. A lot of people walk past this quite quick, but it's nice to look at it in a bit more detail. Like, look at all these shop windows over here. Travelling circus, cancelled. I just love details like this. They can do fantastic theming when they want to. So nicely detailed, isn't it? And the atmosphere down here is great. It's like the dungeons, but like a bigger area, isn't it, to walk around? But yeah, that's great.
You're all here to see Sherlock Holmes, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm afraid Sherlock's not here at the moment. My name's Michael Holmes. I'm the far more intelligent and much better looking brother of Sherlock Holmes. It's good to have you here. One of them two has very slippery fingers. I think the nerves or something. I won't pass that on to you for your sake. Yes, Dr. Watson's out looking for Sherlock right now. Where are we? Watson read this and then ran off in quite a hurry. I don't suppose this makes any sense to any of you, does it? Sorry? Backwards. In a mirror. In a mirror.
Look at me go! Dad, look at me go! I'm doing it! Doing it! Look at me! Look at me! I'm doing it! Can you see? Look at me! I'm going! I'm going! Look at me go! Look at me go! So...
Oh, is that what you want?
No,
oh, no, you don't want that. You want a clap?
You want a clap?
Hang on.
I'll take over this. I've got this.
Hey. There we go, you got the clap.
It's a bit too much, that one.
Alright, welcome to East India, Dokes! I'm Officer Rex, Constable of London Police Force! Alright? Right, this is crime scenes, don't nobody touch nothing. Understood? Scotland Yard, Bedford Police train station. Alright, is it?
Okay, come on in, have a couple of days here.
It's not all day, right?
In the middle of an experiment.
Yeah,
Come inside, come inside.
What are you doing? Who are you
Come
talking
on in, a lot of dead space around the place. File in. Now, you're here to help solve with the disappearance of Sherlock Holmes, right? Yeah. Hear about the missing leg? The mortuary tag on the victim's door, huh? Yes, curious, isn't it? I guess you're wondering who it belongs to. Can you remember the name on the tag? You? Professor J. The pirate?
Possibly.
A fanatical shoemaker, maybe? A criminally insane competitor in a three-leg race? Maybe not. Well, there was another clue left behind by our perpetrator, and it was this solitary handkerchief. On a close inspection, one can read the monogram there. Can you read what that says? M. Professor J. M. And there you go. The perfect sketch of our perpetrator, Professor James Moriarty.
midnight train to Georgia.
It's very realistic this. It would kind of be even better if it was like a door that just closed there so I didn't see the alleyway. You're not supposed to be looking.
John, you neglected to look inside St. John's Crypt, so please follow me into our next location, St. John's Crypt. Come through this way, ladies and gentlemen, come through. Come through, come through. Now, does anyone have a telegram for me? Did you meet Mike Rockhouse?
There you go.
Very good, thank you very much. Come in, come in, come in, come in, come in. Please close the door, please close the door. Now, detective, you followed all the clues and now we're stuck. Look around you, read the tombstone. Find something that stands out, that's out of the ordinary. Anything at all? Nothing? What about beyond that gate? Anything? Well, there goes my idea. Never mind. Let's see.
You look really disappointed. You're right, Wildfire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Good? Yeah?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
What are you looking up there for? Is there anything up there?
Looking for the theming. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so, you found me. Well done. You saw that fight, did you? Yeah? What did you think? We'll fall to the right and we'll see you on the next adventure. Probably something about this piece. How do you feel about wearing meat, sir?
Not great.
Well, it's fine. We'll just put a little pork chop on you or something and send you out there for the piece, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, all right, excellent. Fill the waterfall to the right and we'll see you on the tomorrow, all right?
Take care, well done.
Well done.
Thank you.
Wow.
Well done. Well done, my friend. Well done. Well done.
So you've just seen a few minutes of highlights there from the Sherlock Holmes experience, an actor-led attraction here in Madame Tussauds. It's very enjoyable. The theming in there is fantastic, and you are allowed to film in that one, but as long as there's no flash, which is great. But yeah, really enjoyable attraction. You've just seen it really there, lots of different rooms, all sort of about solving this case really, about this missing leg that was being chucked about on the floor quite a few times. But there was some good interaction in there. The actors are great, and the theming's great. I'm just not too sure about how the story's put across really in that one. But I do very much enjoy it. That replaced Scream, which was the old scare attraction. And yeah, it means that there's lots of different experiences all within Madame Tussauds. But my favourite thing in here has still got to be what we're about to do now, the Spirit of London. An amazing dark ride built by the Tussauds group in the 90s. And I think this is stunning. I love it to bits. It's great. But yeah, you like the attraction?
I really like it. I like the detail. I mean, I like the stories of Sherlock Holmes, so to me it's more appealing, but generally it's a nice thing. I see what you mean. I think what the problem is, it's got the good actors, it's got a good bit of theming, it's got a good concept, it's just how it's put together like a sandwich that I think it's struggling with a little bit, but it doesn't mean it's disappointing, it's still worth doing. I think it's £5 well spent if you are doing it here for a day.
Yeah, and the theming in there is great, especially in the first room. You know, the first room theming is stunning. But yeah, up next, the Spirit of London, and for me, the highlight of the Merlin attractions down here in London. I love the soundtrack, the theming, everything about this is so heavily detailed. Let's go. Our taxi awaits.
Welcome to the Spirit of London. You are now going back 400 years, the London of Queen Elizabeth I. of rebuilding St. Paul's. This time, London was built in stone. From the ruins of the fire, a new cathedral arose to fill the sky with glory.
It's the closest that we get to It's a Small World in the UK. This reminds me of it with the carousel. Yeah, I must say it looks better than it ever has done before. It looks really good in there. They've replaced a lot of the conventional standard lighting with LED now. It looks really good in there. Obviously, when you replace things with LED, you've got to be really careful how you do it. But I think they've done a great job in here. Continuing to the final part of our experience then now here at Madame Tussauds London. We've just done Marvel Superheroes 4D. I spoke about it quite a few times before, but as you're probably quite aware, I'm not a massive fan of 4D cinemas. But the one here at Madame Tussauds is great and it's well worth checking out. It's about a 10-minute film. It's customised as well to Madame Tussauds. It's got its own story, but featuring all your different characters from Marvel as well. Do really like it. Thought they did a great job with that one when they put it in. Quite a few years ago now. I remember coming when that was first installed. Down into Star Wars then for the final segments. Before we make our way down for our final Merlin attraction of the day, attraction number 5, the London Eye. That's the beauty of having the Merlin Pass. I mean, I know there's a lot of issues out there with Merlin, particularly at the theme parks, and we pointed that out in a vlog at Alton Towers, me and Charlotte the other day. But the Merlin Pass is brilliant value, and it's probably, in my opinion, the best value annual pass out there in the world, to be honest. With the amount of attractions and days out you can have, today's completely been free, other than the fuel to get down here and parking. It's been a free day out, really. It's great. As much as I'm not a massive fan of Star Wars, this makes me very excited for Galaxy's Edge, which we're going to get to see for the first time next year. It's opening at Disneyland in California and also at Walt Disney World in Hollywood Studios. So I look forward to that. It's like with Harry Potter, you know, I like Harry Potter, don't get me wrong. I know more about Harry Potter than I do Star Wars, but I look forward to walking in there, much like I do when I go into Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, and really getting immersed into the overall experience. I feel like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge might even take that even further, especially with the technology and the different attractions. But yeah, I can't wait for that. Vader.
What's the news?
You got some news?
Sure. I'm your father.
Oh God, I really hope not. You're, no, anything but that. Anything. No.
I know, tell me about it.
mate. What are you having a conversation about?
Man, you keep interrupting my conversations in Madame Tussauds today. Yeah, BB-8, I know. I know I've worn the t-shirt before. BB-8, tell me about it. I didn't have anything else to wear today. Well, yeah, that's understandable, that is.
Got a new friend.
Okay, right, I'll see you soon. Take care.
There we go. And that is all for our visit to Madame Tussauds London.
That's when you see people you know, isn't it?
Oh, there you go. I enjoy it in there. It's well worth coming in to see. Much like all of these midway attractions, like I was talking about earlier on, it's well worth coming in to come and see these. But Madame Tussauds, lots of different experiences. Highlight for me in here, after all these years, is still going through the Spirit of London dark ride. I find it phenomenal. All the theming in there, the animatronics, and the fact now the lighting is even better in there. It's brilliant. I just like the way they've combined the waxwork models with all different moving set pieces, theming, audio, and of course based around our beautiful capital city. But yeah, really enjoyed our visit today. And the best thing is about coming here on a weekday, like I know I said earlier on it's shut at 4, but I can see why. It's been very quiet in there today, and it's been great for going round. To be honest, that's the best visit to Madame Tussauds I've had in years. Because when me and Alex came like a few months ago just to have a look round, it was chaos, wasn't it? And it does get chaos on a weekend. It's worth pointing out. You want to pre-book your tickets online if you come in here. If you've not got a pass, make sure you pre-book online, because the queues outside get huge. I'm talking hours to wait to come in. You know.
And I've made some cheeky digs today, but generally...
Cheeky.
I've got to say that as much, you know, as the digs aside, the Merlin annual pass is the best value annual pass, in my opinion, in the world. Like,
for what you get for the price.
For just
over 200 quid.
I mean, the premium pass is what we're talking about. I mean, the standard does have its perks, of course. However, you're more encouraged to buy the premium because of what it's offering you. For the price you pay, you think maybe 2, maybe 3 days at a Merlin theme park, have a bit to bite to eat, have your 20% off, get a bit of merchandise, have 20% off. Within maybe 3 visits, I'd say you've pretty much made up the cost per person of the cost of a pass. Now, that's sensational for a day out when you've got all the midways, you know, your Madame Tussauds.
All the midways, the 4 main theme parks.
I think it's harder if you live sort of in the northeast of England, because there isn't much in that kind of cluster area there. However, obviously in Blackpool you've got those significant attractions. In the Midlands, of course, you're dominated by, you know, National Sea Life Centre. You've got Manchester, Birmingham, and then of course you've got Alton Towers.
And new stuff opening in Birmingham next month with the Legoland Discovery Centre.
Warwick Castle, things like that. But you know, and then of course in the London cluster you've got quite a lot. You've got your Thorpe, Chessington, Legoland. I just think generally, I'm going to ramble all day, but I just think it's such a good value.
It is very good value.
And you avoid queues. It's just ease of saying, oh, you know what, whip my wallet out and go. You haven't got to prepare anything. You can just turn up, get into the attraction you want to be. Like, there's a 2-hour queue out there today. I feel so grateful having the Merlin Pass, and that's a little plug.
And events, like, it's not very often we plug the Merlin Pass, and I think it's important. A lot of the visits we do are using our Merlin Pass, and it is genuinely a great value pass, like me and Alex have said. And you get all the events and things as well, special things, discounts on merchandise, food. You get your Scarefest, Alton Towers, Fright Nights, Thorpe Park, fireworks, you know. So it's well worth it, definitely a good value pass. Yeah, you get your parking.
It's a big saving, like, it's a lot of money out
You have a lot of good days out. As an overall package, it's brilliant. Sometimes the individual attractions let down with certain things, but what you get as a package is certainly fantastic. And to top off this vlog, we'll head to attraction number 5 of the day, which is going to be probably the most famous of them all, the London Eye. So we'll see you back down at South Bank. Going to literally do what we did on the underground, just head back down that way, and we'll wrap up the day. But here from Madame Tussauds, a very special goodbye from the Queen, and there she is.
Thank you.
Oh dear. So we're back down here now on South Bank, or as I like to call it, Merlin's Magical London, because it's on all these posters down here now. It's like they're trying to create the name for themselves around here, which is great. They do own a lot of popular tourist attractions around the globe, but to have quite a few in one area here in London is fantastic, and having a really good day today. Don't forget, if you are coming to do the London Eye, there is a free, I repeat free, 4D cinema experience, what no one seems to know anything about, that is located inside the ticket office here. Obviously with your Merlin Pass you can go straight up to the queue over there to get on, but don't forget to go and see it. It's located just inside here. Obviously there's the wheel itself. You come in this way. Where's he going? Oh, he's going up and down, up and down. Oh. Yeah, free 4D cinema experience. It's actually very good. It's very similar to the one in Blackpool Tower. But yeah, there you go. Just follow the signs for the 4D experience. A lot of the time, even if you've not got a ticket to go on the London Eye, they don't even check them, and you can just walk straight into this one. But yeah, we'll see when we come out, and we'll go for a little trip on the observation wheel.
with you during your ride to allow wheelchair users and other guests to board.
So we've only waited about 10 minutes and here we are on the London Eye. Again included with the Merlin Pass, following our theme throughout the day. I mean, it's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed doing all these in one go. To be honest, it's been a good few years since I've actually done all of the Merlin attractions in London together in one vlog. So yeah, it's been really good. I've enjoyed it. And it's, what, about 4:30 now? So we've done well in terms of timings. The fact that the dungeon's opened at 10 and we've done it all in that time period, really. But yeah, it's been great. Here we are then on the highlight. The London Eye, I love this, and the fact that it's just the engineering behind this is fantastic. It really is. The size of the pods, and of course the fantastic views. It's had a few sponsorships over the years though, this one. So it's amazing this though here, isn't it? The fact that this whole wheel is powered by the motors just down here and the drive tyres, and obviously down at that side as well. It's amazing. Like, it's just the whole structure just here moving round, all because of what's been done down here at the bottom. It fascinates me, it really does. After all these years, it's just one of them structures that I absolutely love. It's stopping a few times though. They are slowing down again. Lots of wheelchairs getting on and off, as it said in the announcement at the start. But I feel a bit sorry for anyone on the first visit to London, really, who see Big Ben and the whole of Westminster like that. But yeah, I think a few years you have to come back and see it. If you are coming out here in 2018. But yeah, I'll show you a few highlights of our little ride here on the London Eye. There's always so much development going on with new buildings in London, and another new building to pop up since I was last here, just over at the back there. I mean, I remember all the steel structure going up, but now it looks finished. You got like the little markers on there, the height beacons, of course all the glass on there as well. Crazy how much the skyline's changed. Obviously the Shard, we'll see that in just a couple of minutes when we get a bit taller, because it's just behind all these buildings just here. But all this is pretty much residential from what I can see being built here. Looks really nice. I'd love to have like a apartment just up there looking over. And obviously that's the Shell offices just there as well. Yeah, another new building popping up on the London skyline. I like that one. One of my favourites though is still the walkie-talkie building. Not sure on its technical name, but I like the walkie-talkie building. You can see that when we go a bit further up. Now the sun's come out at the perfect time in here for our ride on the London Eye. Look at that. Beautiful. As much as I enjoy the Orlando Eye, or as it's now known, Icon Orlando, we'll be checking that out when we go in September. Obviously with it being on International Drive, there's not really much else you can see other than the theme parks. With this, it's amazing to see for miles and miles all the different buildings. BT Tower over there. Obviously more in that direction, the Shard, St Paul's Cathedral. If you look over in this direction, you just make out Buckingham Palace over there. The Mall. Obviously all of Leicester Square. All around this side. And the view's just over here of House of Parliament. In scaffolding.
That's going to change. You don't want to get this.
Get the interaction. Let's see if we get anybody waving, shall we? Let's have a little wave. Anybody want to be on the vlog? Anyone? Oh, there we go. Hey, we got one. Anyone? Anyone else? No, just the one. You reckon? They've only got one this time.
We've got a group of people over here.
Oh, okay. Come on. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on. Someone.
Come on.
Anyone.
At least one.
Hello.
There's a guy laughing.
I don't think he's seen us.
Anything?
Hello. Keep waving. The guy in the pink shirt. Hello.
Go on.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
We got one.
Everyone, wave.
I was just saying to the guy.
Photo, yeah?
Yeah. Here we go. I love it. He's taking a picture of us. Hey.
Smiles.
Oh, he's gone for a sideways angle on that one as well. Oh, and another one. How many poses does he want? Hey.
He loves us.
Do you reckon he's a fan of theme park worldwide or not?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Not in a pink shirt, that's my thing.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, you two could be friends.
He's filming us. Hello.
Is it? Hey. I love it. The sun's come out at a perfect time.
Oh, someone else waving over there.
Let's just, let me go and have a look at the Shard just over this way. There we are. Loving the Shard. You can see that everyone's got the blinds closed over there, and like all the offices, and so obviously the sun's come out now. Look at that. Stunning structure. If you look at how many cranes there is, that just shows how much development there is over London at the moment. Loads of new buildings going up, especially around this area here. More cranes keep appearing every time we come. Look at that. I really feel like our time on the London Eye just keeps getting quicker and quicker. Honestly, on that one, it felt like we were only on it about 5 minutes, but it was about 20 to 25 minutes. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Didn't get loads of footage on there because, like I say, the main part of it for me is Westminster, and it's all covered in scaffolding. And also had a chat to some of the Americans on there as well, which was great, from Texas. So it was good to meet them on there and just have a bit of a chat, really, because hopefully we're going to be heading out there next year to do some parks.
They're from Arlington, Texas.
Arlington, Texas. But it's been a great day today. We're actually heading up to Leicester Square now, get some food, and yeah, we're actually off to watch like a show tonight, but nothing theme park related with that one. But it's been great today. We've done the Merlin attractions, all 5 of them, 6 if you include the little 4D cinema. And you know what? Alex nearly tripped up. I very much enjoyed it. Favourite attraction for me of the day, I would say Madden Tussauds for me today, actually. Very much enjoyed it because it was a lot quieter, which was always nice. It's refreshing to go in there when it's not too busy and you get to enjoy everything. Obviously Spirit of London I love, good to do Sherlock, Alien Escape. Overall, it's like a mini theme park in there really, with all the little attractions all within one. But it's been fantastic. Me and Alex spoke earlier on about the Merlin Pass. I won't repeat that again, but it is superb value. It's well worth checking out. And if you're a tourist actually coming over to the UK, it'd be worth you buying a Merlin Pass just to go and do all these attractions, to be honest, instead of paying for them individually, especially if you want to do them all. And yeah, it's been a great day. Very much enjoyed it.
You could actually make a little holiday or vacation out of doing Merlin parks and attractions, couldn't you?
Yeah,
really?
you could if you wanted to, and combine it with like going to all the different cities around the UK, like Manchester, Birmingham, and yeah, overall it's been very enjoyable and a nice flight there. Hey, Theme Park Worldwide on YouTube, check it out. I love it. But yeah, it's been a great day. I'm now going to show you a nice dramatic shot of Big Ben, the House of Parliament, covered in scaffolding to end this vlog.
Nice with the drums in the background, isn't it?
There you go. Thanks, Alex, for a good day.
Sure.
Next vlog's coming up on the channel, something very different. In fact, all the next few vlogs that are coming up, we've never done anything before on the channel like this. We are going to the Hoppings Fair in Newcastle, all the way up north. We're going to Edinburgh for the day, to the dungeon, the castle, have a little walk around the city, and then ending our 3 days up north with a trip to M&D's theme park in Scotland. So it's going to be some very different vlogs on the channel. Me and Alex on that one, and I look forward to having a good laugh and doing a few different bits. Okay. From London, that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later. Adios, Big Ben.
Thank you.